Jeffries.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and let me thank the witnesses for your presence here today. Let me begin by just associating myself with the remarks of and observations and concerns of Mr. Johnson connected to the implications of this merger on women and minority-owned businesses within the cable and internet video space. Let me also acknowledge that amongst the constituents that I represent, a substantial number of cable subscribers, as you know, obviously are Time Warner customers, and Time Warner has certainly been a very responsible corporate citizen in terms of its community engagement in Brooklyn and in Queens, and I have every reason to believe that that will occur given Comcast's track record should this merger be approved, particularly as it relates to expansion of internet essentials. But there are some issues that they are concerned about that I want to explore. So let me begin with Mr. Cohn. Now, you testified that the merger will result in substantial benefits to consumers, correct?
Correct.
And you indicated that Comcast can promise faster internet speed as a result of the merger, true?
Correct.
You also indicated, I believe, that greater customer choice is a likely benefit of the merger, correct?
Greater customer choice in terms of on-demand TV everywhere, correct. That's correct.
Okay, and then I think you also indicated that innovation will result from the merger, and then that could translate into enhanced video, voice, and/or internet opportunities for the consumer, right. Correct?
Scale leads to investment in R&D and innovation and infrastructure, better networks, more secure networks, more reliable networks, and ultimately innovation of the future, just like our larger global and national competitors are investing. Our need to be able to look around the corner and to develop products for 3 years from now and 5 years from now that we're not even imagining today.
Okay, now I have no reason certainly to disagree with that, and I think that's a sound premise to operate under. However, as many of my colleagues have observed, there's been no commitment given today by either you or Mr. Marcus as it relates to the impact of this proposed merger on consumer price. And that, in fact, is the issue that the people I represent in Brooklyn and Queens, who are currently Time Warner subscribers, are most concerned about. So let's see if we can get a little bit of clarity on that. Now, Comcast is a publicly traded company, correct?
Correct.
And as a result of Comcast being a publicly traded company, you've got a fiduciary obligation to your shareholders, true?
That is correct.
And part of that fiduciary obligation, and I assume connected to it, you've concluded that this merger will likely result in greater profitability for Comcast if it were to be approved, correct?
I think the answer is basically yes, but really, I really want to say this. A couple of years ago, we woke up and we realized that we're now competing in a different class. And I forget, a couple of members have referenced this, that this world is changing with explosive speed. And so the business rationale underneath the merger really relates to our ability to innovate, invest, and to stay competitive. And
I understand that.
All right, so
and I don't want to cut you off.
Okay.
My time is limited. You did acknowledge, though, basically, yes, you expect.
Well, it's more profitable as compared to what it would be if we were not able to innovate, invest, and continue to grow.
No, I understand, and
Okay.
that's a very sound point and consistent with your fiduciary obligations to your shareholders, and I would expect nothing less. I guess the question that my constituents would expect me to ask is, isn't it reasonable for them to assume that pursuant to a merger likely to result in greater profitability and a bigger, better Comcast post-merger, that there will be some positive benefits for them in terms of impact on price?
So I don't know whether it's appropriate for them to assume that. It is certainly our expectation that out of this transaction will come a significantly improved customer experience with customers more satisfied with their service. There is more to making customers happy than just the price that we charge them. It's the value that we are delivering to them. And we think that, we believe very strongly that consistent with our fiduciary duty to shareholders, we have to focus on price, focus on customer satisfaction, focus on customer service as a way to preserve and grow our customer base in an intensely competitive market, and that all of those interests are aligned.
Thank you.
Thank